Good afternoon once again. We are privileged to have this show, Friday Conversation with Rev Allan. We invite you to follow us on our Facebook page, Jesus Center Ministry, Facebook page, Allan Kiombe, our YouTube channel, Jesus Center Ministry. We continue with the discussion of silent battles as we encourage people just to be aware of the battles within and to help them walk a life worthy in this planet Earth. As we continue, we are aware that we have unspoken wars, we have issues that are eating us up silently or in our mental capacity, in our emotional capacity. And we are here again to discuss a very wonderful topic that I will invite our host to give us a preview. Karibu sana, Rev Allan Kiombe.
Thank you. In our topic, the silent battles, one of the things that I've discovered, people are fighting secretly and they don't want anybody to know. They are struggling to survive. One of them is lies. So today I want us to deal with the topic called lies, trying to tabulate it so that we may help you to understand if this is your struggle and on how to walk out of it.
Thank you. We've heard it from the host. It is lies. We are going to deal about lying or lies. And we're going to walk a journey just to help us understand this is a battle that we find ourselves in. I want to bring on board our counselor psychologist, Madam Janet Surum Kiplagat. Karibu. It's always a pleasure to have you here. As we begin, maybe we can begin by discussing or maybe giving the meaning. What is lie? When we speak about lie, we begin by introducing the meaning. Welcome, Reverend.
Thank you. I would actually want to start by introducing this topic by a story in the Bible, whereby a serpent came to Eve and spoke to Eve, asking Eve, what is it that God told you? In other words, the serpent was asking her, what is the truth? Then Eve said that he said that we should eat everything except from the fruit from the tree, from the center of the garden. And then the serpent said, what did he say about it? He said, if we eat it, we shall surely die. That is the truth. And then the devil began to tell her, no, God lied to you. If you eat that fruit, you will not die, but you will have knowledge. Therefore, that is the first time we begin to encounter the word lies. The devil telling Eve that God lied to you. Therefore, lies is a position that is intentional and truth. Intentional and truth. With an intention, knowingly, you create a position that is not truthful. That is what we call lies. And then it can be a falsehood in a sense that you tell something that is not. You just manufacture a story and then you say this is what should be the truth. You can come here and tell us it is raining, yet it is not raining. That is, you have manufactured a story that it is raining, yet it's not raining. That is untruth. And then it can be a deception, whereby, like what the devil uses, you take the truth and then you begin to manipulate the truth. Like you say, the truth is falsehood, that he lied to you. You make the truth to become falsehood, to distort it, to make it to become a different thing. Either you kill it, or you reduce it, or you exaggerate it. You make the truth to mean a different thing, so that the intended truth will not come out.
Thank you. Janet, what is your definition of lying from a psychological point of view?
Okay, once again, thank you for having me here. It's always a privilege. I look at a lie as a misinformation of some sort, either by choice or impulsively. So a liar deliberately decides to make a lie. Again, you can be caught up sometimes in a situation that you lie impulsively. You had not planned. So you meet someone and maybe you had told that person you're in another town, and you bump into each other. So that is impulsive. You did not plan, but it just comes just because you want to protect yourself. Mm-hmm. Also, this lying by choice can be in the form of you decide in this story that I'm telling this person, I'm only going to say half truths. I say my story in half. I don't complete the story to favor my side. So that is also lying. So it can be by choice, it can be impulsive, and when it becomes impulsive, now it's kind of a disorder. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So you've heard from our panelists the definitions of lies, but again, for us to understand, there is lying and there is deception. What is the difference between the two? Yeah.
Lies, I've said, is intentional and truth. Intentional and truth. And it comes down to falsehood and deception. In general, falsehood is giving false information. That is falsehood. I can come here and tell you that thieves have robbed a bank in town. I am telling you a falsehood, an information that is not truth. But deception is spoiling the truth. I take the truth, I play around with the truth with an intention of influencing how you are going to take it, or how you are going to behave, or how you are going to think. As I come back to the Bible, as I said, the first one, the devil calls the position of God to Adam, that God lied to you, that God has just manufactured a misinformation to tell you that if you eat this fruit, you will die. That is, he has lied to you. He has given you a misinformation intentionally so that he may deny you happiness. But now it comes to another level whereby he says, God has told you the lie. If you eat this fruit, you will surely not die, but you will have knowledge. Now that one is a deception. He has spoiled the truth. He has spoiled the truth by saying you will not die, but you will get knowledge. Indeed, it brought knowledge, but also death was there. He reduced the amount of the truth in that information. Therefore, he was operating with half truth. You will not die, you will have knowledge. Yet, indeed, they had knowledge, but they died.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Yes, Janet.
That is it.
That is it.
That is it.
Okay, when we talk about deception, maybe we can also use the words like to dissemble information or to make information disappear.
Yeah.
That is deception.
It is, you spoil information.
Whereas lie, you completely give intentional
misinformation.
Untruth.
Yeah.
Okay. So we continue maybe with some of the signs or symptoms of lying, because this is a battle we all face at some point in life while we are growing up, while we are maybe facing situations in life. Human beings have that tendency of uttering lies. So what are some of the characteristics of lies? Yeah. We can share and juggle a bit about.
Number one is untruth. A characteristic of a lie is untruth. If it is untruth, it is a lie. And I have said untruth is a misinformation, information that is not true. Every statement, every work, every word that is untrue, it is a lie. Number two, I would actually also say another characteristic is distorted information. Like what the devil tells Eve. He tells Eve that it is a lie. You will surely not die, but you will have knowledge. He has distorted that information. He has negated the part of death, and he has introduced a new part, made them to see the good part only. That is a distorted information. Like for instance, I met with Janet in town, and Janet told me, go and tell Vivian that I will not come to church today. But I come and I tell you, Janet said that she will not come to church, but she will go to the hotel to spend time with her friends. I have distorted the information. I have brought a deception. That one will make you to think more than what you should have thought. Every time you distort an information, you say, I am 50 years of age. But you distort information, you say, no, I am 42 years of age. I have distorted the truth. It is the truth. I have ears, but I have given selectively to interfere with how you will make your judgment. Maybe another thing is to withhold some information. you don't give all the information. You only give the necessary information, the one that you think will help me make a wrong judgment or judgment according to what you want. Like, for instance, I want to marry. Instead of me telling them the whole truth about my past life, I say only some part of my life that I want you to know. And I hide the part that if you know, you will make a different decision. Yeah.
Thank you. And you, Janet, what are some of the characteristics of lying or lies?
Another characteristic is telling information in an exaggerated way.
Yes.
And I think here we have this type of liars, compulsive liars. They put across information in the way that people want to hear. Yeah. You know, we have two types of liars, compulsive and pathological. So that compulsive lie I'll tell you what you want to hear, if it will make the moment okay. So if we exaggerate, if I give scarce information, I know the whole information, but I just give you just a tip, then that is also lying. Sometimes also you'll find that someone uses humor. Humor, you see, there are some people who are prone to making things funny so that the social interaction can move forward. So a lie is also characterized by a lot of humor, a lot of sarcasm, half concealment. You say this, but there's a part you have not said. I come and tell you that this person really wronged me, but I've not given you the whole story, as it were. I've given you only one side of the story. And also we have a lot of contradiction. Yeah, you say this, after some few minutes, you're saying another thing. And the very sad thing is that most liars have no memory. So you have to struggle to remember again what you said so that you don't contradict yourself. And then for these pathological liars now, they tell the lies in a way that I don't know how to put it, but we have these pathological liars. They will lie about anything. Even they do this, just excuse me, just a minute. What they do is this: they know that you know that they are lying, but they continue. You see, at least a compulsive liar will just make the moment. A pathological, I look at you in the face and I tell you, no, it's not me, and I know you know that it is me. You see, now that one is a higher order disorder. Yes.
Maybe I can to help us to understand. It's also good to give some example. One of the thing is lying is failure to tell the truth. Failure to tell the truth. And one of the example, a lot of people lie about their age. Others bring it down so that they may stay at work for a long time, or they get a certain employment. Like when you go to military, there's a certain level of age. That is a lie. Others, they bring it forward so that they may qualify for something. That is a lie. People lie about their pasts. They don't tell the truth about their past. When people want to get married, when you do a premarital counseling, one of the things that you always must meet is a lie. It's hard for people to tell how they lived in the past and the baggage that they're having in the past. So people enter into marriage without knowing about the baggage that existed in the past. Those are an example of lies. I can also bring a lie to like in political sector, when the politicians say we are going to do this and this for you if you elect us, and then they don't do it and they are not intending to do it. That is a what? A lie. A lie can be when you are telling your spouse, I am going to Kisumu, yet I am going to where? To Nakuru. I am going to work in Kisumu. And then you are going to Nakuru to do your own things. That is a lie. The lies can be deeper. There are people who have other families, but they have lied to their spouses. That is the only family. Somebody was going for an engagement, and he knew that if the parents of the girls he's going to engage are going to know his real position, they are going to reject him. He goes, he borrows cars, he borrows clothes, he borrows parents, he borrows everything and then he goes to the parents and create an impression that is coming from a different background from the real background. That is a lie. So there's a lot of it. Sometimes when you are caught in action, in bad thing, and you want to preserve, you tell a truth to survive, a lie to survive. That is a lie. So a lie is every time we don't tell the truth. A lie is every time we distort the truth. A lie is every time we exaggerate the truth. A lie is every time we shorten the truth. A lie is every time we hide the truth.
And maybe we omit. There's
Yeah.
lying by omission.
Yeah.
You decide, I'm going to not to say this, I'm going to say this. You become selective. So we continue with us today, Janet and Reverend Allan. I just want us to bring on board the signs. What are some of the signs? Because we've talked about characteristics, that this is inbuilt. There's pathological, there is compulsive, there is impulsive. Reverend is insisting on distorting information, maybe creating an image and bringing some of these things for us to be on board.
Like buying a certificate, you use it to get a job. It's a lie. Going somewhere and ask somebody to add you some marks so that you may go to another school. It's a lie. So it's a lot of things. Yeah.
So these are some of the battles we engage in as we live in career, in relationship, and even as we pursue destiny. What are some of the signs that we can help people to know that, oh, I am a liar? Because these people who are pathological or impulsive liars, they sometimes feel like it's okay. Actually, sometimes if you read further, they justify that you lie to protect yourself, you lie to get an advantage, you lie to put your self-esteem up. So what are some of these signs that we have around us that can help us know this is a battle that is ongoing, and also help people and talk to them? Because sometimes you see people lying and you assume. I was in a vehicle going towards Nakuru, and a phone rang, and there's this gentleman sitting next to us, and he's talking loudly in Namatatu. I think the wife was calling him, where have you arrived? And he's like, I'm just Pastor Wasi, and you know this vehicle is going this time. And you know, people just laughed and mumbled a few words, and we pretended like it's okay.
The one she calls pathological.
Yeah, and you see, those are some of the things we need to talk about so that we can help society, and also have that urge as we are listening on this program to know this is a battle we can confront, we can speak about, and also help people, because we're not here to judge. So what are some of the signs that we can discuss this afternoon as we want to unveil this silent battle called lying or lies?
I think one of them is inconsistencies. One way, every lie has inconsistencies. As Janet said, the liars have one common problem of memory, remembering what they did or what they say. So almost every lie has inconsistencies. Like you are the person that was saying, I am in our Asieti, was heading to Nakuru. If the person called him after a certain period of time, he would say a different thing. Maybe he would say, I am on my way to Eldoret. Or maybe it was an hour and he said, I am in Brook. And then he will say again, after 1 hour, I am in Chepsir. Inconsistencies, they don't go together. If a mother is lying in the house, you will always see inconsistencies in what she's asking for or what she's doing. If a husband is lying to his wife, you will always find some inconsistencies in his information. Maybe he says, we are going to seminar in Nairobi. Then you call him, he says, oh, I am in Naivasha. Then you call him, he says, oh, we are in lunchtime. There is always something that is not going together. There's always a contradiction. Lies has always a contradiction. It always contradicts what you think and what you know of something. Because in your mind, there's a traditional knowledge about me or about Janet or about you. But someone comes and lie, it will always contradict what you know about us. It will try to introduce a new thing. So one characteristic of lies is a contradiction. Another thing I would say, it always has some distorted information. Oh, information don't come flowingly. There are some things if you ask that somebody deeply, you'll discover that there are some information that are being taken out. They don't agree with one another. There are some information that are crooked in nature. That's why most liars don't like to give you enough time. Because if you interrogate them for a long time, you will get the distortions here and there. Maybe I can say a few and then she can continue.
Okay, one major characteristic or is the symptom,
Or
symptom,
yeah.
yeah, of liars. There is this consistent, subtle lying. So, okay, I can analyze myself, like for the whole of yesterday, how many lies did I tell? If you want to know whether you are heading in the wrong direction, because one thing we must accept is that majority of the people lie, and there are very many different reasons why people lie. But now, when you notice that you have consistent, subtle lies, every other minute you have to tell a lie. Someone calls you, you have to tell a lie. You're in the house with the children, you have to tell a lie so that something can pass. Your pastor calls you and asks you something, you lie. That one is a major symptom of someone who will become a pathological liar, which is heading towards a disorder. I think for me that is the major symptom of a lie. In addition to the contradictions and the misinformations and the scarcity and the exaggerations and the humors and the sarcasm.
Okay.
If we have that, then we are liars.
And also there is the issue of fidgeting. There is the issue of anger. The way Reverend has explained, if you probe, they will turn out with anger outburst and walk away. They want to have a minimal time. Then there's the issue of pausing fast. Yeah, there is a pausing in between as they are speaking. Then there's the issue of answering back with a question. Yeah, you ask a question and he answers back with another question.
Also suppression. You try to suppress the truth or suppress others lest the truth comes out.
Then there's the issue of the eye. They like directing their eyes towards an object, maybe a door or a chair or something that they want to distort you, or they bring another topic. You ask them and then another topic is brought on board and they begin to discuss maybe about the weather or politics. They don't want to be very engaging on that line.
I discovered in families, in spouses, liars are very quarrelsome. They are very quarrelsome. When you ask them, because they know that lies are going to be detected, they start to quarrel to make sure that that story disappears somewhere. They are very quarrelsome. They are quick to speak. When someone is looking for an information, why is this thing happening? Liars would always come out first, so that they may lead the way, make sure that the story is already distorted. In family, I discovered they are very quarrelsome, they are very fast, they are very aggressive in whatever they are doing to make sure that the truth is suppressed somewhere.
And I think sometimes there's this, they change the breathing. You know, okay, they don't change, it changes.
Breathing system.
It just changes.
And enters into a lying mode.
Yes, it enters into a lying mode. And then you also find that they have phrases that they constantly repeat. Yeah, they say, "Sini mekwambia, I've told you, I've told you."
You doubt me.
Why do you doubt me? I've never. There's some phrases that liars consistently
They
use.
labor to be believed.
Yes, and again, sometimes while they provide scarce information, sometimes they provide too much information. Someone tells you, then it's okay. They have something to say. Sijamaliza, I've not finished. So they can have too much information. Again, when I approach you and I think you're a liar, when I talk to you, the first thing you may do for this type of liars, you tilt your head in another direction. You know,
That is more body language.
Body language. So I'm doing that so that I can plan. I can plan myself what I'll say next. Yeah, and sometimes they are still. And by the way, liars are very confident. Yeah, they don't. And
Because they are prepared.
yeah, they are very confident and they are very eloquent.
And this brings me to these questions. Why do people lie?
Maybe
Or why do we lie?
there's maybe at some point when we come to, I would have added something, but maybe I'll deal with it when you come to the consequences of lying. They go together. But why do people lie? The first one I would say self-preservation. Self-preservation, sinners and saints, all of them are found there. They lie because they don't want to be destroyed by the truth. Because sometimes there are some truth that are so destructive. If you come out open, like for instance, there are some information. If it gets to your spouse, you feel like this one will destroy my marriage. So you lie because of that. There are some information you say, if my boss knows about this, I have to lie. I'm going to lose my job. So sometimes people lie because of self-preservation.
Sometimes you have to lie. Maybe sometimes you lie to your spouse. You tell them, oh, your weight is not too much.
Yeah.
And in the real sense, you wish, because it will bring issues. If you tell them you're overweight,
in marriage, there's a lot of lying in marriage. A lot of lying in relationships. A lot of lying because of the consequences. People fear that consequences. So number one, self-preservation. Number two, fear to face the consequences. You know, if I tell a certain truth, there is a certain consequence. When we help people that are struggling with unfaithfulness in marriage, sometimes we tell them, now where we have reached, you have to go and tell your spouse the truth, and they tell you no, because the consequence may be divorce, the consequence may be the family will break, the consequence may be maybe I will be chased out of my family. Sometimes you cancel somebody who has done something in their place of work. You come to a place, you tell them, now where we have reached, you have to go and confess it, to tell the truth. And then he says, I cannot do it because I will lose my job. They fear the consequences also. So that's another reason as to why people are lying. Self-preservation, survival. Actually, lying is a survival mechanism. It is a survival skill to survive. Other people are lying because they avoid taking responsibilities. There are sometimes, if you accept the truth, you have to take some responsibilities over those truths. That's why people say deny, 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 lie, 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 so that you don't take the responsibility of what the truth is. People are afraid of telling the truth in churches, at homes, places of work, in relationships, because they know the responsibility here, it's going to hit on me. I saw somebody that had knocked somebody. He was driving, and then he decided to run away. After some time, he comes to confess. We speak to that person, and then we tell the person, now go and say the truth. And he said, I will have to take responsibility if I tell the truth. I will have to compensate that person. I will have to take care of the family. And maybe consequences, I may end up going to jail. Therefore, I better live with this lie than telling the truth. So mostly, I would speak myself about self-preservation. But again, there are those that Janet has been calling them pathological liars. There are those that actually, it's a conduct disorder. It's a conduct, they just do it. It's just automatic. If they don't lie, actually, it's like the devil himself. If they don't lie, they are out of their nature. It's their nature. Yeah, those one is psychological. They need some help.
Why do people lie as a psychologist?
Okay, first, as a psychologist, let me just say that lies are sometimes positive. That is from a psychological point of view. But now when you become pathological, the problem sets in. And as a Christian, lies are bad. Now, why do people lie? Sometimes people have no choice but to lie. Even when you tell the truth, it will not help you. And that is what goes on in the mind of a liar. I've also been a victim of lying. Yeah, because sometimes I remember I was in a very hard situation. I was supposed to attend something that would give me an upper hand somewhere, but at the same time I had another responsibility. Then I thought to myself, now how will I get myself out? Because I would not be given permission. Approach. Both things are very important. You know what I did? And you know it's a lie.
You tell us.
I feigned diarrhea. You see, by the way, I did in a very, and you see, liars are actors because everyone was telling me sorry, but the real me, I was very okay. And when I just drove out of the gate, I was the happiest person. But in reflection, as a Christian, I was so guilty. But at that time, it helped me. So people also lie because, by the way, that is just how things happen in the real world. Now, but people lie also because of low self-esteem. Why do people tell exaggerated stories, humorous stories? It's because of a lack of of self-awareness together with low self-esteem. Struggle for acceptance. The struggle to fit into a group. That's why you will see some people, they better borrow money all over so that they can portray a certain lifestyle. That is a sign of low self-esteem, and it is a lie. It is a lie which is not overt. People also lie because, now the pathological ones, people lie because it's a disorder. It's a disorder. The disorder can either be a personality disorder, like what Reverend was talking about. The conduct disorder is a behavioral disorder. And then attention deficit hyperactivity disorder brings lies. You see, it's a disorder. It's not a choice. The personality disorders, people who have this borderline personality disorder, they are also pathological liars. Because 1 minute they are this, another minute they are another thing. Also antisocial personality disorder, these people who are referred to as sociopaths, they are also more prone to lying. And that is pathological lying. So the reason as to why people lie sometimes are just they're within, and sometimes they are without. And these without things are self-esteem, comparison. It boils down to, why would I lie that I have a car and I don't? It's because I want to fit. Yes, I want to fit. I want to be accepted. I want to put myself in an imaginary level that will make me feel good. Why do people lie? Some people lie because they are manipulative by nature. Manipulators lie a lot. They lie a lot because they always have to be the winners. They always have to win their victims. So you see, it's a mixture of all those things, and it calls for a lot of self-analysis.
And manipulators don't only win, they control.
Oh yeah, they control. They win through controlling.
Maybe I do some input about lying because of acceptance. Actually, most of other lies is because someone is looking for acceptance. You know that you are going somewhere, and if the whole truth comes out, you will be rejected.
Yes. So
you have to tell some lies to cover your limitations. Actually, as he speaks about low self-esteem and self-awareness, you tell a lie to cover where you are limited. So your inadequacies are covered by lies. When people go for marriage, when people go for interviews, when people go for jobs, when people go for a social class, they tell a lie to cover their inadequacies. And as I said, it's good to give example. As I said about self-preservation, avoiding responsibility. Have you ever known that most people that were born by girls before marriage, and then the lady goes to be married somewhere, they normally leave the child with the mother, who is the grandmother, and then the child is raised up, lied to that the grandmother is the mother, because they know that if she knows about the mother, she will have to go to the mother, and it may affect the marriage of the mother. So I saw a certain person, and I was driving with a grandfather, and the grandfather, the child knows the grandfather to be the father. So the grandfather said, "Let me open to you today. You know that child, and he's big. He's now married and working. That one is not my child. Is a daughter of my daughter, but because she was conceived when my daughter was still in Form 2, I took her in and I've made her to think that I am the father. The only problem is some aunt somewhere will tell her the truth one day. So she's being lied to. She's living a lie that this is my father and this is my mother. So, because the parents fear responsibility, they fear consequences and all those things. So actually, our society, a lot of people are living a lie. A lot of people are living a lie. Yeah.
And just to add, you see, the problem is there are some lies that are going to be, they are going to go over to another generation.
Yeah.
If as parents, for example, if I'm used to the habit of lying to my children, the children learn. They learn that you have to lie, and you have to lie to survive. Yeah, you have to lie sometimes. And if you know you are contradicting yourself, I'm calling myself a Christian, but I lie to my children. So it goes over, and when the children are old, you'll see even they'll accept lies. If it's a girl, they'll accept lies from men. And that's why you see some girls are very prone to being lied to, because they accepted lies as a way of life. So the lies, whichever lie that you choose to make, just know that it will have an effect. And some of these effects will go a long way in spoiling even the people that really matter to you.
Okay.
Preach.
Maybe a quick one because of gender.
I have preached.
because of gender, a quick one. Reverend Allan, why do the male man lie?
One, for survival. Number one, most men lie for survival. To get acceptance. For survival in one, to get acceptance. If I want you and I have a lot of inadequacies, I have to tell some lie to create some impression that will attract you. That's why the serpent tells Eve, cause her to see it is good and gives her suggestion of knowledge to cover for the inadequacies. So men lie, first of all, as a survival tactic, but for acceptance. Number two, they lie to avoid consequences because they care so much about their interests. And if some truth come out, their interests will be destroyed. So it is survival to bring preservation. That's why most men do lie. Another thing, they do lie because they want to continue living. It is
So
for
lie
self-sustenance. Actually, lie is a survival mechanism. Yeah. So there are some people, if you remove lie, they will die today. They will not be there. There are some people, if lies are removed, they will not be in jobs, they will not be in marriages, they will not be in church, they will not be anywhere if the lies are removed. They are only surviving. Their foundation is a lie, their house is a lie, their roof is a lie.
And again, men lie with their head. You know, women lie emotionally. Yeah, we
With their
lie,
hearts.
we lie with their hearts. That's why you can catch a man red-handed, but they'll tell you no. Can I do something like that? Really, the way I love you,
And give you a gift.
and give you a gift. You see, that is very tactical. It is logical. It is rational. But now, us ladies, it's just emotional. So why do ladies lie? Because of one, we talk a lot. So to move the social interaction forward, you have to put a lie so that you can discuss that again. You move forward just to make life go on. And of course, the other reason is just acceptance. Low self-esteem. Low self-esteem. You want to fit into a group that you admire. And so you have to cheat a life. You have to lie that you live some kind of life so that you can be accepted. So I think those are the two.
Sometimes you have to do is it the wig?
Yeah.
Because your hair is very
Your hair has issues.
No,
and
that
put
one
the
I
nails so
disagree.
that
And you have to
That one
when you remove them,
That one I disagree because
No,
I
I'm
think
just-
it's for the issue of lying to women. I can qualify that women can use the emotion to manipulate. They use the emotion to control and also to soothe their esteem. And also as a way of revenge. For men, their lying is using their head to, sometimes they go to extremes. They think they are protecting and at the end they are hurting. And then with men, their lying is about their ego, just to feel nice, to feel good.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have conquered. I have made sure this woman is a fool. And I think those are the separable ways.
sometimes men lie to cover what they cannot do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I think so.
cannot undo.
No,
they cannot do.
they cannot-
Sometimes it's for the ego purposes.
For the
I
ego
cannot,
purpose.
I cannot do this, so I have to lie to help me cover it.
So those are some of the
Or
issues.
to help me do that which I'm not able to do.
I cannot just admit I'm jobless. I have to pretend that I
Yeah,
wake up
there are
every
men who
morning.
wake up early in the morning, put on a tie and go out, then come in the evening.
But it comes to the low self-esteem, to the esteem issues.
But again, ego.
Yeah, ego.
Yeah, the male
Esteem.
man.
It's
Ego.
like we are
Wow.
defined by the jobs that we have.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And are they defined?
No, the problem of self-awareness. But it defines to some level
Yeah.
according to the standards of the world.
Yeah.
But when you make peace with yourself and your destiny
You accept.
and the calling that God has given you, you'll discover that you're not defined by those things.
Okay, now are the some of
That's powerful. What Pastor has said is powerful. That you're not defined. if you accept and know that the destiny that God has called you for is greater, and make peace with yourself, then you realize you have nothing to prove to anyone.
Yeah.
Thank you. So we continue with this discussion. We'll just take a short break and then come back as we pick up with the effects of lying.
Hello and good morning. It's such a blessing to have another day to come to the house of God. Thank you for finding time to be here. Welcome. This is Jesus Center Ministry, the home of God. We remind you the importance of making sure that your children are grounded in the Word of God. At Jesus Center Ministry, we make sure that we take care of children of all ages. We have junior class, we have senior class, and we also have teens class. It doesn't matter which age is your child, make sure you bring them to church. It's important that we ground our children in the Word.
I am Pastor Julius Towet. Besides other responsibilities, I also am in charge of the discipleship class. The discipleship class is a class where people come to learn about Christ. Basically, to say discipleship is derived from the word disciple. A disciple is a follower of Christ, one who imitates Christ, who follows Christ. And therefore, discipleship class is about mentorship in the program of getting to follow Christ, getting to imitate Christ, getting to learn Christ. Okay, the qualification for one to join discipleship class is one, you must be born again, you must be saved. Because you cannot follow Christ unless you are born again. Therefore, it is very important, once you have received Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, to enroll in a class for discipleship. I invite all of you who have not had an opportunity to sit in a discipleship class, please join us. We have an ongoing sessions on discipleship and we have not gone very far. Please, you can join us right now. Bring your name and see me in person so that I get to enroll you into the discipleship class. It doesn't matter whether you got saved several years ago, but you've not had discipleship. You can join us right now. It's an exciting journey and we are already enjoying it. The Lord bless you. Welcome.
Everyone can agree with me that the world, the church, and the people are constantly changing. But the word of the Almighty God remains the same today, tomorrow, and forevermore. Here at Jesus Center Ministry, we continually urge you to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Jesus Center Ministry Kericho and be part of a growing online community that seeks, trusts, and dwells in the presence of God. Our content is tailored to build you spiritually.
Because the Bible says the presence of the Lord was a pillar of fire by night and it was a cloud by day. May you receive protection and preservation.
Mentally.
So today I want us to tackle this. Make your mental health a priority. By all means, in whatever situation that you're going through.
Remember to subscribe, like, and leave a comment in any of our videos. Thank you and God bless you.
What are some of the effects? There are times ripple effects, permanent effects, and sometimes these effects can be very harmful to our health. So what are some of the effects?
Okay, I'll maybe I can say sometimes it may lead to a job loss. Yeah, there's some work institutions that cannot condone lying. In fact, one criteria that makes you eligible for that job is speaking the truth despite the circumstances. So sometimes it will put you in a very bad place because you might lose something that you've really worked for, Sometimes also lies spoil a very good relationship. With these platonic relationships, romantic relationships, lies create mistrust. So if mistrust is there, you know it's very difficult to put someone in a place to trust. If I tell a lie to you today, you know it will be hard for me to convince you the next time. Maybe.
Yeah, I thank you. For the person who is lying or the person who is living a lie, the person who's surviving because of a lie. Number one is fear. Fear that I may get caught. Fear that the information may come out. So your work is to try to cover that lie as much as possible.
So a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, a lot of anxiety. You live a very anxious life because of that fear. So you try to hide things, You try to do so many things to make sure that the truth does not come out. You have to live a life for a controlling life. You control people to where you know that your lies are safe. If you know that if I go to your home, I will find the truth, I control you. I make sure that you don't go home. If I know that by going to the place of work, you may find the truth, I control you. I make sure that you don't go get employed. Sometimes you hear somebody telling you have to resign from that job because he doesn't want you to find out the truth. So it makes the person to make a lot of effort to control others so as to protect the lie. Actually, one trouble of a liar is to protect the lies. It's a real work to protect a lie, because anytime it can come out. It can even lead to murder so as to silence the truth completely. It can lead to killing somebody or annihilate people or even displace people so as you are able to kill the lies silently. Another thing is confusion and wrong calculations. As a result of trying to survive with your lies, you live a confused life, and you sometimes you miscalculate. You do things that backfires, and sometimes they may hit back on you. Lack of peace. You don't have peace because you know the truth. You are not free. You don't have peace inside of you. Everyone is happy except you. If only you confessed it, if only you brought it out, you would have suffered once and lived peacefully forever. Another thing I would say, apart from lack of peace, I would actually say guilt. A liar lives with guilt for a long time. Especially some lies you have to live. As long as those lies are alive, guilt is alive. And guilt keeps on eating you and eating you. And sometimes it can even cause some medical conditions like blood pressures, like ulcers, conditions that is built out of continuous anxiety. It can even build an anxiety disorder. You are living in a constant fear of getting caught. So you are anxious, trying to make sure that you control yourself. That is to a liar. A liar, it can even cause suicide, because it gets to sometimes you cannot hide the truth any longer. And since you're not ready to face it, you terminate yourself, or even you desert, you run away, you disappear. That is now when it comes to that mental disorder. For a person that is a victim of lies, it makes them live a lie. You think you are relating with this, kumbe you are relating with a different thing. And that's why they say, all along you've been lying to me. I've been putting all my efforts knowing that it is this, yet it is the other thing. It brings disappointments when they know. But before they know, it makes them to live a lie, to abide in deception. Sometimes it is even bad because many other people may be knowing the truth except you, and they are laughing at you. It even can eat on your esteem. It can eat on your fame level. People are laughing at you because they know that you're living a lie. It can also, as you spoke about mistrust and everything, the moment it is known, it causes mistrust. It breaks relationships. It makes people to do wrong things, because any action out of a lie, the result is wrong. Any action out of a lie, even if I love you out of a lie, it is a wrong love. It is built on a wrong foundation. The lie has to be removed so that the love may stay in the foundation of truth.
Thank you. Quite deep and very insightful. As we wrap up our show today, what is the way forward as we address the issue of lie? What is the way forward? What are your remarks?
I think the first step is to accept that you are a liar, that you are prone to lying, you've made a lie, and accept that it is something wrong. It is a vice in every way. Even though we are saying sometimes it's okay to lie, lying is not okay, because the negatives outweigh the positives. After someone accepts that they are liars and the consequences that can be brought about by lying, then we walk towards a journey of forgiving yourself. You know, it makes you feel like, kama mi nadanganya, then what kind of a person am I? So after acceptance, the journey of forgiveness, and of course, decide to speak the truth. Of course, you cannot just decide. In the process of deciding, you will make a lot of errors. You will lie again and you lie again. But every time you lie, notice the lie. Notice that you've made a lie. And when you make steps, when you lie and you make positive steps, reward yourself. Buy yourself something to appreciate yourself, because this is a demon that is very hard to deal with. So reinforce yourself. Clap for yourself. Buy yourself a chocolate every time you speak the truth, especially if you're a pathological liar. And for those who are compulsive liars, be very careful. You never know when your turn will come to be a pathological liar. So watch out. In your compulsivity, you can be pathological. Yes.
Thank you.
I would say lie is pain. Pain to the liar and pain to the lied. Lie is unprofitable to the liar and to the one that we are lying to. Lie is just a cosmetic that will look good in the outside, but in the inside we are rotten. Lie kills our self-esteem and our confidence level. We cannot confront the world with the boldness that God created us with. Therefore, however much we try to survive with a lie, we discover that lie is a disease that eats from the inside and eats in the outside. Therefore, I would actually say the remedy is to decide to walk from a lie. It may be painful, it may be expensive, but one must make a decision that I don't want to live this life. I want to walk out of this lie. How do we walk out of this lie? We walk out of this lie by telling the truth. When we tell the truth, there are always some consequences. But at times, the consequences may not be as tough as what we are going through daily. Sometimes consequence may be lesser in pain than what we've been living in, because this is a latent suffering and struggle for all the periods that I have lied. And the consequence may only be a one-day thing, and then I heal from it. Actually, when you live in lie, the pain is like a wound that cannot be healed. When you face the consequences as a result of truth, you will be inflicted a big wound that you can go through the process of healing. Confession and telling the truth, you start a journey of healing. Telling a lie, you start a journey of wounding yourself. Actually, I would say walk out of it, tell the truth, look for people that can understand your situation to help you to tell the truth where you need to tell the truth. At times, God may help you and make the consequences not to be as bad as you wanted it, you thought it is going to be. Another thing also is, the Bible says, and the truth shall set you free. You become free. You may suffer, but you become free. Guilt is not there. All those other fears that you're going to get caught will not be there. I would actually tell somebody it is better to gain courage, to come out, to tell the truth, and ask to be forgiven, because it is also pride to lie, because you refuse to accept your weaknesses and your failures. So you have fortified yourself by lies. Just tell the truth, you may be forgiven. Accept yourself, self-awareness. Know that you are better than what you are trying to tell people you are.
And just to add on to what Reverend has said, very well put, there's something called flooding. If you are a pathological liar, expose yourself to situations that previously evoked lying. Expose yourself as much as possible. You're in someone is waiting for you in town, you're in a matatu, you are prone to lie. Expose yourself. Tell the truth. When someone asks you where you are, tell the truth. So the more you expose yourself to this, you flood yourself.
You learn.
You learn. You unlearn that.
Yeah, you unlearn lies.
You unlearn lies, because in psychology we say anything you learn can be unlearned. So even lies can be unlearned.
Wow. Thank you. That has been great. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for being real. in this show. We all have this battle called lying. Just want to thank you for listening in, and God bless you. Take notes. What you learned can be unlearned. We have powerful people on board here who've spoken to us from the spiritual point of view, from pastoral care, and also from the psychological point of view. From us, it is Friday Conversation with Rev Allan. Keep watching on our Facebook page, Jesus Center, Facebook page, Alan Kiombe, YouTube channel, Jesus Center Ministry. Thank you so much. Have a blessed weekend ahead. See you.